Este es un juegazo, gente. Es un juegazo. Lo había querido jugar hace mucho tiempo. Español. No.
The story of a man named Stanley.
Ey, ¿el español?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where
Pues
he
lean,
was employee number 427.
Empleado
Employee
427.
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Ah, soy yo. En resumen, Stanley tiene un trabajo de oficina donde siempre recibe órdenes y hace lo mismo todos los días y de la nada dejó de recibir instrucciones. ¿Y ahora qué hago, güey? Yo soy Stanley, al parecer.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, la apagué.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Está narrando lo que estoy haciendo tal cual, ¿eh? Está narrando lo que estoy haciendo. Ok. Digo, a lo mejor es coincidencia. ¡Ta madre! ¿Por qué las apago? Pobre Stanley, güey, está solito. Toma, pues en
When
bajo.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Dice, cuando Stanley se encontró con 2 puertas, fue por la puerta izquierda. O por la derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
No mames.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
¿Me está regañando?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
¿Me voy por la izquierda? ¿Le hago caso?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Chingas a tu madre.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Hijo de su pinche madre.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Está con madre.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely,
señor.
definitely this way.
¿Dónde me cierras? ¿Dónde me cierras? ¡Ey! ¿Y por qué está perdido eso? ¿Ok? Loco, está increíble. What the fuck?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
No
We
mames.
just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Ah, me lo
And this
spoileé.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ah, sí la cagué.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Rompí el juego.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over,
No,
completely
mames.
fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
¿Ya no están las puertas?
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No, no
did
cambié
you
nada.
move the story somewhere or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find
Ya dime
Stanley.
por dónde irme, güey. Abrió todas las puertas. Voy para acá. De acá vengo. De acá vengo, pendeja.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been
Hey,
on.
no
I can
seas
promise
mamón.
you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart
No,
the game
no.
again?
No, déjame
Well, I
jugar.
find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Hijo de...
Let's give it a shot. Why
No.
not?
Hijo de tu pinche madre, güey. ¿Cuándo ves que me reinicie el juego?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hijo de su pinche madre.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering
importas.
this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sí, ¿cómo, güey? Ah. Ok. Hijo de su pinche... Le voy a poner nombre. ¿Cómo se llama? Joaquín. Joaquín, no mames.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
¿Por qué está oscuro, Joaquín? Porque me estás llevando al rinconcito oscuro, Joaquín. Joaquín.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Chingas a tu madre. Ah, chinga.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do
Sí,
you
Joaquín,
remember,
sí.
Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
¡A huevo!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Gracias.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Ándale,
We
güey.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Nadie se va a enterar.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the
Okay.
line. How simple is that?
Ok, me pusieron una línea para que no me perdiera. Me pusieron una línea. Está bien. La sigo. Está bien.
You see, the line knows where the story is.
La línea
It's
TM.
over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very
No
manifestation
mames!
of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
Joaquín,
the mood.
¿qué estás haciendo, güey? ¿Hay una más culera en peso pluma o algo? Loco, me está troleando, ¿verdad? ¿Me está troleando? Oh, mames. Loco.
Wait, cut the music. go back and look at that fern.
El hecho.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Ok, por alguna razón es muy importante esta cosa. ¿Es mota? Ok. Ok. Tú.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley parable, right?
Chingas
The
a tu
story?
madre, Joaquín.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Chingas a tu...
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore.
Va a
To hell with
reiniciar,
it.
güey.
Restart.
¿La estoy cagando?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Sounds
Déjate de
perfectly
mamadas,
doable. Why don't
Joaquín.
how about this direction?
Ok. No se cerró, ¿eh?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Porque es un loop.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Chichis. Chichis, Joaquín, chichis. Chichis. Hey, what the fuck? No entiendo nada.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Eso no son chichis.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No le hagas caso, dice. Ok. No le tengo que hacer caso a la línea. Chingas a tu madre, línea. Bien.
Ah, a choice.
No.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead
¿Por qué no estoy
somewhere.
haciendo caso a este c***?
Means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Ah, mira. Es la que yo quería, Joaquín. No es porque tú me dices, es porque yo quería.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
El final de la confusión. Has
The
jugado.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Desvíate de la sala de
And we're supposed
mantenimiento.
to restart the game, what, eight times?
No mames, esto es lo que yo he hecho.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Desvíate de la sala de mantenimiento. Llegas a la
now,
monitores en
according
la
to
hora
the
y de la
schedule, I
partida.
restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I
Hey,
get to
¿cómo que
decide?
Stanley muere? ¿Cómo que Stanley
Why don't
muere?
I to
Chao,
be-
chao.
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I
esto
won't
reinicia.
do it.
La partida se reinicia sola, se reinicia sola, se reinicia sola.
Does that mean, did we do it?
Se reinicia
Did
la
we break the
historia.
cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Encuentra el cronograma del final de la confusión.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
Se inicia solo. Ya valió madre. Ya valió madre, me voy a morir. Mejor quiero trabajar aquí en la oficina, dale.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
No
mean?
mames.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Voy a la línea de... ¿A la sala de juntas?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
A lo mejor tengo que hacer caso, ¿no? Creo que tengo que hacer caso. Ok, meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ok. No me voy a meter a cosas que no me dice. No voy a meter a cosas que no me dice.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
¿Qué es? Mi baño. ¿Puedo cagar? ¿No está aquí?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief
Joaquín, déjate de
who orchestrated
cosas.
this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Okay.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
¿Y ahora qué? Ah. ¿Qué chingados es esto? ¿Bajo? ¿Bajaré? Es como llevar al cuarto donde ya había llegado, ¿no?
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Es el mismo pinche lugar. Ah, no.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
¿Qué hago aquí? ¿Tú crees que realmente si hubiera un escape diría sí escape? Con todo el dinero que se ve que tiene este... Mamá, esto lo escribió un güey que te quiere matar. Seguiré fiel.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
¿Y si me mato? Ay, güey, creo que sí puedo, Creo que sí puedo.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oye, ¿qué número soy? ¿287? 427. Ahí sigo. A ver. Ah, es mi oficina esa.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
¿Saben qué? Yo no voy a ser parte del sistema. Me podrán quitar mi mente, me podrán quitar mi dinero, me podrán quitar todo. Yo no voy a ser parte del sistema. ¡Ya no quiero vivir! No puedo brincar. ¿Qué pasó? No puedo brincar. No puedes saltar. Desactivamos la opción. No mames, güey, lo pude haber hecho antes. Hijos de puta.
He refused to believe it.
Hijos de...
Accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Soy parte del sistema.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Pero está offline. 5.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
¡Quiero controlar a todos!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls,
Sí.
did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off,
¿Por qué
and
me
leave.
explicó un
If you
pinche
want to throw
predict?
my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
No mames.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
No mames.
Ah, now this is making things a little more
No
fun, isn't
mames.
it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story
No
now.
mames.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame
hago?
we have so little time
¿Qué hago,
left to
Joaquín?
enjoy it.
Dime.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Joaquín.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
No,
what all this
Joaquín, no seas
means.
así,
I
güey, era
barely
broma.
know where to start.
Era
What's that?
broma.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Fail safe,
All
fail
right,
safe.
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course,
Cuatro.
that was merely in this instance of the
Cuatro.
story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office
Cuatro.
forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
4.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let
¿Cómo?
it burn to a crisp.
¿Dónde está el
I have to say
4?
this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to
Uno.
make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate
Gente!
to see it go.
¿Dónde está el
But I'm
3?
sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even
¿Arriba dónde?
better.
¿Arriba dónde?
My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
No, ya,
But I'm enjoying
Joaquín.
this so much.
No seas
You know
culero,
what?
güey.
To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra
Sí.
time on the clock.
Por
Why
favor.
not? These are precious
Cuatro.
additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
No mames.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Tres.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
ya,
here will
ojete.
save me. Why
Ya,
would you think that,
ojete.
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Hijo de su pinche madre.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
Dime otro, dime otro.
humble.
2.
This is not a
Dos.
challenge. It's a
Me lo
tragedy.
cambia, me lo
You wanted
cambia.
to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Me los cambia,
Take
me
a
los
look at the
cambia.
clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
¡Ey, ya,
30
Joaquín!
seconds
¡Pensé que
until a
éramos
big boom
amigos!
and then nothing.
¡Ey!
No ending.
Era broma, yo no
Just
quería
you
controlar a
being
nadie, Joaquín.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it
Joaquín.
go peacefully? Another choice.
No corro, no empujo, no grito, no
Make it
corro, no
count.
empujo, no grito, no corro, no empujo, no grito.
It's all the same to
Joaquín.
me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we
Joaquín.
fade in until the moment I say happily ever after. All of his co-workers
No
were gone.
mames, loco.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
No
room. Perhaps he had simply
mames.
missed.
Están jugando con mi cabeza, están jugando con mi cabeza, güey. Están jugando con mi cabeza. El pinche sistema, soy parte del sistema.